Hey guys, welcome back to Cultivation with Christy. I'm Christy. It's been a while since we've been in the garden. I've done quite a bit of work on it. So I'm going to give you a tour and let you know what I've been working on. First and foremost, the flowers are getting a little out of control, but I love it. These just started to lean over yesterday, I guess because this breeze got going, because I was doing so good keeping everything out of the walkways so we could get by, but this guy has a mind of its own. Whoa. So I don't remember when we did the last garden tour, but these petunias have come out of the garden beautifully. I mentioned in the last video I started some zucchini in here in the garden. I need to harvest some basil. We've been making a ton of holy basil tea. These pineapple sage should be getting ready to bloom soon, and the hummingbirds are gonna love those. So the tomatoes are looking a little sad. Well, I guess they don't look sad. They looked a lot more sad day before yesterday, because I came in here and gave them a very heavy pruning. As you can tell, they're quite naked in some places. But yeah, the Berry's Crazy Cherry has been really good. This one has been really good. The rest of them, meh. I'm never doing Roma tomatoes again, I don't think. I'll show you why here in a minute. But these have been prolific. They're still putting out. This is the boreberry, blue boreberry. That one split because I watered yesterday. And then all of these little guys are the devil. These were pretty good too. These are Brad's Atomic Grape. Then we had, I think, Pink Berkeley Tie-Dye. That's what these, but I haven't gotten one of them. Well, maybe I got one. Between the rain and then it went straight to hot. So then either this one's Queen of the Night and this one's Black Beauty. This one's Black Beauty, which is funny because Queen of the Night is darker than Black Beauty, but I haven't gotten very many of those this year either. And we've got the cherry tomato, which has done well. Abe Lincoln hasn't put out much at all. And then here are the Romas, and this is why I'm not going to do any more Roma, because they're all rotted at the bottom. That one may be from just me not picking it, but like this one, gross. That one, gross. This one, oh, probably gross. That one, gross. Like, all three of these plants are that. And I thought maybe it was the rain, but then the rain stopped and they're still being gross. So now the striped Romas have done much better. They did not have the same problem of blossom end rot as the regular Romas. So I think if I want a Roma, I'll do the striped Roma. And then the San Marzano has been doing pretty good, and it's starting to pick back up now that we've stopped having so much rain. And I cleared all the walkways so I can actually walk down them. And I left this one out. This is the Mexican torch sunflower, which it hasn't bloomed yet, but it's probably getting close. But this is the one that got so huge but it was inside the garden in the walkway last year, and I left it. And then the year before, it was at the gate, and it was huge. So I made sure to trim that back. The raspberry still isn't raspberrying. All of my volunteer okra are okraing. I've kind of been letting it go just because we don't eat that much okra, but I did fry some last night and it was delicious. Then we've got more zinnias, more different color. Got the hot pink. Oregano's still doing good. I trimmed back this side of the okra so these poor lavenders could get some air and some sun. Some of my eucalyptus is looking good. Not as pretty. This one I trimmed back and then it started to set off little shoots, so that's cool. Still got these gazinias that are still putting out. One of them died in the other bed. And then I have all of these little caterpillars. You see them all? I don't know what they are, but they really like that tansy. Then I got my thyme and some more flowers on the other side of my raspberry. And horehound, which I trimmed this back too, so it's starting to put off some side shoots. So I'm going to figure out how to make horehound candy one day. I just threw some fertilizer on there today, so it'll get watered in next time I water. My one lone, well technically two, lone calendula, they didn't do very good. I planted them too late. And same with my sage. I didn't plant it too late, but it's struggling, so I put some fertilizer on there, and I sprayed it with neem oil earlier. Then some late additions. I've got white sesame seed plant, and then what is this? This is what I thought was basil. I threw some basil seeds. I thought that's what's coming up over here, but that is not what that is. Kind of looks like borage. I wonder. And for those of you wondering, I have not seen my snake friend anymore. So I guess he went about his business and found food somewhere else, because he did not take up residency. He was just visiting. This is rue. This is a medicinal herb. Then my hyssop is flowering. Let's see. Pretty. Did I harvest my anise? No, here it is. I need to get these seeds harvested. Obviously, I'm not going to have as much as I did the year before, but that's okay. And I put sunflower seeds out here too, and I guess it's too shaded and or I didn't water enough. So they never came up. Sad day. But Lincoln's cucamelons are melanin. They go all along that side too. Thought that was another snake. It was a cricket. I got some sorrel, which apparently you can use like spinach. I got some walking onions, which look like have been walking, which I did not harvest that, so I don't even know if I can eat that. Now this poor little parsley has seen some things. I had a bunch of black swallowtail caterpillars inhabit my parsley, my dill, and my carrots. And I was trying to find them, and it looks like they've probably cocooned up. I did see a black swallowtail in the garden earlier today, but I don't see any cocoons, so that's why I didn't end up pulling these, because once I saw the swallowtail caterpillars on here, I didn't want to pull them because I didn't want to accidentally pull up the caterpillars and or the chrysalises. But I don't even see any. What are you yelling at? Chickens. Also, the chickens are doing good. Everybody's integrated. We're all friends, kind of. I don't know what they're yelling at. See Lincoln's cucamelons all along the fence. I love it. Look at this bed with all of the flowers. But it's a mess with the carrots. This is probably going to be the main focal point of the photo shoot tomorrow. They're going to be crawling through the carrots. I've still got pepperoncinis going on here. The Marconis, now that most of the pest pressure from the leaf-footed bugs have gone on, it's looking better. Look at these. So pretty. I just love these orange ones. The ones at the front are actually my favorite. I'll show you those. Here's the beans. I sowed this half first, plus this row of black beans, and then I sowed all this the other day with a row of black beans on that side too. So we should be having soybeans. Look at this little flower. Should be having soybeans soon, and then the rest of these, well, and then these green beans. This row here is green beans. So we should be having some beans soon, and then the rest of these, the pinto beans and the black beans, I'm going to leave to dry. Look how pretty. And then these two. Love it. Then we've got hot peppers. Now the Sugar Rush peach peppers do need to be supported a little bit. They got a little out of control. And if you have any suggestions on what to do with Sugar Rush peach peppers other than pepper jelly, send them my way. I heard hot sauce, fermented hot sauce would be a good idea. They don't use hot sauce all that much, so storing a fermented hot sauce in the fridge wouldn't necessarily be ideal because I still have one in there from last year. But maybe I could do a vinegar based one. I guess you could do any hot pepper. I don't know, we'll try it. So I got my hot peppers, my pumpkin spice jalapenos. I finally let those ripen. And then these jalapenos, the red ones, I had Adon smoke a bunch of them the other day. So we'll have chipotle peppers. A smoked and dried jalapeno pepper is a chipotle pepper, and then you just make the adobo sauce and then rehydrate the pepper, or you can put them directly from the smoker into the adobo sauce to make chipotle and adobo. So if you're ever wondering what that is, it's not a special pepper. It's actually a jalapeno pepper that's ripe, a red jalapeno pepper that's smoked in the smoker for about 3 hours and then either put in adobo sauce or dried and then reconstituted and put in an adobo sauce later. The things you learn. Alright, and then we have ginger that is coming along. Very cool. And the other side of the hot peppers, I've made a tincture with cayenne. I've dried a bunch of the cayenne. I need to go ahead and dry some more of these red chili peppers because those are getting, and then these little guys are crazy. I'm gonna have to take them to some of my friends that like hot peppers because it ain't me. Then I also sowed this bed with beans, but it doesn't look like very many of them germinated. That's why I had the sluggo out here, because I was going to sprinkle these over here because I don't know if the slugs are eating these or not. And then I did plant some potatoes over here. I don't know if they'll come up. They may have been too far gone, but I got another round of potatoes maybe. And my cantaloupe is cantalouping. I definitely had a bajillion cantaloupes this year, and there's gonna be more. And they're hanging on fine. I was worried that would be an issue. I've been waiting for these because some of these are getting close to ripe. But the plant is starting to struggle, and I had to move it out of the walkways. But there's some down here, so I didn't want to clip them off. And they're starting to get small, so the plant's struggling, but I'll at least get at least 4 more. And then more of these flowers on the other side of the now bean and potato bed. And then the sweet pepper bed, aside from that one, which is not sweet, I've made so many pickled banana peppers, which they're really good. I finally found a recipe and a way to pickle them that I like, and they stay crispy and they're good. I've had a ton of bell pepper. I put a bunch in the freezer. We've eaten a bunch fresh. I've been putting it in breakfast. We've got Anaheims and Poblanos all doing things. Didn't get very good pimento peppers this year. The pimento peppers have been annihilated by something, so I don't know. I'll have to figure out something about that next year. This are sweet potato vines. Only that half, if you recall, of this potato bed is sweet potatoes. And they have taken over. They don't really climb, so they didn't go up the trellis, but yeah, we'll have sweet potatoes in another couple of months. Got some zinnias mixed in there. And then this cucumber plant has just been, oh look, cucumber beetle. That is a cucumber beetle. Don't think I've seen one on my plant, but that would explain why it's looking a little sad. But look at all these cucumbers. I mean, and I've had to let them go because there's so many. I've already made 3 rounds of pickles. A sweet pickle, a dill pickle, a Christmas pickle. Like, so many pickles. I've given away at least 3 or 4 dozen. So now they're just here. So it came back with the vengeance. This side, the Katrina cucumbers, I took these out. I'll probably end up putting peas on this trellis in a couple of months, probably 2 months, in the beginning of October. Also some peas over here. I'm getting away from myself. This poor horseradish has been annihilated by grasshoppers of all things. Which again, we don't eat the leaves very often. I don't know what these are. Does anybody know what those are? So there's more of those little caterpillars too. Pokey things. Don't touch it. I wish there was like 5 of those cucumbers. Of those grasshoppers on this earlier when I was out here. If I can't find them, I'll put a picture up because I did take a picture of them. But yeah, we've got a baby watermelon finally. Now that I cleared out and chopped back some of this horseradish, the watermelon was able to escape, and now it's rambling. And I've got more of these. I didn't realize how tall these get, but I really enjoy them. I've got 2 more over there. And then this is the zinnia that's my favorite. Look! That's my favorite. I just love that color so much. And then these are just so fun. Got one more and another one. And some more over here. So on this side of the tomato bed, we've already talked about this area, but look at this guy way up here. That is definitely 6'5", 6'3". It's probably taller than my dad and Stephanie. So that's probably 6'5". It's crazy. And more of these. There we go. Basil. Tons of marigolds. Different kind of marigolds. More of these in the middle of the walkway. And then my Kajari melons are making a comeback. I pulled out one of them because that one died. But these two over here look to be doing okay. I've got like 3 or 4 Kajaris out of that. And look at my peanuts. All the peanuts. And more marigolds. Yeah, I sowed winged beans here. They haven't done much. I probably do need to throw some fertilizer down here too. And these are Tennessee muskmelons right here on this trellis. So we'll see if they do anything. They got a slow start, so they may not. But yeah, that's the garden in a nutshell. I think I touched on everything. This is my favorite view. Hey, this lime tree is perked up. If you remember when I first put it out here, it was naked. Yeah. So I had some landscapers come out and lay down weed barrier and mulch this whole area, and they ripped out the 2 bushes that used to be over here. So now we have this big area that I can put stuff in, and all along the front of the house too. So they kept my blueberries, they kept the coneflower, and that's pretty much it. They ripped out everything else. I had some boxwoods, I had some azaleas, which I was kind of sad about the azaleas, but they were half dead anyway. So I might get some more azaleas. And then all of these bushes here, they ripped out. So the plan for this, and I might take you along this fall as I do it, is to put edible landscaping and or tea, like the coneflower and stuff. Like I might put some perennials in here, maybe some annuals, but less of that, mostly perennial in these spaces to keep them out of the garden space. That way I can turn over the garden. That way I can just rip everything out of the garden and I don't have to worry about, oh, that stays and that doesn't and all of that. So I might move the thyme and the oregano, and I don't know yet. We'll see. The flower bed is pretty much sad this time of year. I was gonna have the landscapers do this, but I really don't know where everything is. I know I've got those gladiolas in the back and this poor hydrangea. I might move some of those gladiolas up front along the back. And while we're here, we might as well walk out to the chickens. Hi. How you doing? Blueberries in the back and peck-pecks up front. Their comb is starting to get red, so they should be laying here soon. Well, that's it for me for now. I'm gonna go inside and get something to eat. Starting to get eaten, even though it is beautiful outside. I'm gonna get those seeds I just started under the grow light. I might throw some more fertilizer out here for when I water again on Wednesday. But thanks for hanging out today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the tour. If you've got any questions, let me know. Until next time.